That happens, entry point of the small intestine.
Tucked in the expanse of trees that are quite dense in their arrangement is a hidden gem. The glory of Ngumbi Forest in Old Mombasa Road in Tigoni, just about 40 kilometers from central Nairobi, is pure freshness, beauty, and a story that makes it an ideal place to explore nature science. This trail will lead you to Apollo Science Park, a premier and pioneer park in Kenya and Africa that seeks to introduce and promote science and technology among children. So, if your kids are curious learners who are into science and exploring, they will definitely love Apollo Science Park.
This is the first science park in East Central Africa. In fact, when we are done, it will probably be the first integrated science park in the world. First one that is specifically dedicated for children. I don't know why people should not be here. Because if they are not here, then where else would they be? So we give the parents an opportunity to come and also teach and learn with their children.
David Kimani is the founder, a pioneer and promoter of alternative education programs in Kenya.
It's a dream I've had for a long time to develop a place that helps children learn things that are not academic, but things that put into focus exactly what it is that they learn in class and at school. So we are complementing what children are learning in class and also helping build their dreams and their careers and their aspirations here. We sit on a 5-acre piece of land, and so currently there are 8 different areas of learning.
This park offers interactive programs and activities that help kids understand and appreciate basic science principles by demonstrating how things work, thereby answering the many daily questions from children about tech and innovation, space, agri-science, the human body, and much more. How amazing is it to see that old wooden television box that is currently a flat screen, or seeing the speed graphics of the 1910s that have evolved to the advanced camera there is in the market right now. For over a decade now, David has collected pieces from all over to put up this gem. He takes us through the different sections within his park.
So the museum has taken some bit of time to put together. I mean, even now we are still collecting, we are still archiving these items.
Actually think I like the way the box is made because it has just like many things. It's not that easy to use. And as you just said, it's mostly used during war, right? Yeah, you remember. Yeah. You remember to send codes. Remember, yeah. And if you can't understand the codes, you can't understand what they say. Yeah, you remember, right? And this is just like this one, because, but then now in a box. Yeah. And it's actually easier because now it's just easier because you can dial in, add volume, and flash and more things like that.
So tell me how your experience has been generally.
Yeah, it was actually enjoyable and I actually enjoyed my day. Yeah, I will come back.
What's your name and which grade are you?
Wisdom Andrew Murunga from grade 5 Violet.
Interesting area that you have here is the King Solomon's treasure. So in this section, we have a whole collection of rocks and minerals, 52 different types of rocks and minerals, from gold ore, from crude oil, coal, the gemstones that you mine in Taita. and the atomite. And basically, I see a lot of children and schools making trips to go to Magadi, which is okay. They go to Kariandusi just to see one item. So I brought everything here. So when you come here, other than just seeing one of those items, then one of those rocks and minerals, then you see others.
I see what we have very many rocks and minerals. We are very rich. We are very rich.
Yes.
Very rich. These are rich oil and gas.
Yes.
You want to tell the atomite? If you say the atomite first, the first thing that you use it for, writing on the board, okay? So, but also, these minerals, they also show us God's creation. The other things that God has also created, okay? That God has also created very many things other than what we are seeing up here. There's also a lot of wealth that is hidden below the soil. Thank you. So let's put them all back. Let's put them all back now and handle them with care. Please handle them with... No, don't eat.
We've learned about a few rocks, but not all of them. My favorite discovery is gold. I've never seen gold, and once I'm holding gold, I feel like I want to go away with it. It's just so good.
Diatomite. We found coal. We found quartz. We found the ruby like I'm holding. We found obsidian. We found iron and mercury, but we got the mercury in liquid form. And we found gold.
I'm Ernest. I'm in grade 5. I've learned about rocks. My favorite discovery is gold, but I found diatomite. Yeah.
And what are you currently holding?
Diatomite.
Tell me about one thing you've learned about diatomite.
We use it to make chalk. Write on, you can write on blackboards, and yeah, such I've learned.
In the stones corner, children are able to learn the real stones and see them, interact with them, know they are worthy. And the great thing is that the stone corner and the mineral center is made in a way that it is representing the map of Africa. So whenever a child wants to know a certain mineral comes from which country, they are able to be shown in real, using the real map of Africa. So they are able to position themselves and know where, if I want to explore diatomite, where do I get it? So this makes them to gain more knowledge and to have the insight of location of minerals and different stones in Africa at large.
All those rocks, many of them I've collected from the country, from within, but there are some, like coal that I got from South Africa, and there are also others that I'm also trying to collect from far and wide. Then you have another whole section that deals with agriculture, crop science. You have 24 demo plots, so all the vegetables, all the grains and cereals, all the tubers, we have them here. Then you have all the cash crops, from coffee, tea, sisal, cotton, pyrethrum, all the major cash crops in this country are here. Now when I'm talking about the cash crops, every time I have children here, and I think it's a question that's coming up, for many of them we are talking in the past, that as a country we are the world's largest producer of pyrethrum. It's a worse. Tea, it's a worse. Coffee, it's a worse. You know, so we have them here. But I think also as a country we have to refocus again and create a generation that can take these areas forward.
They remove the seed from the white part, and the white part will form a yarn. Will form a what? A yarn. Now from the yarn, they will process something called a fabric. So we start from a leaves, we go to a yarn, and finally a fabric.
This center gives students an opportunity to interact with the artificial and innovative gardening of crops.
Every other day, different schools visit this hotspot for a different kind of experience.
Then you have a section out that deals with animals, animal science, a very interesting area. We find different types of birds, different types of domestic animals. Then of course we have the area where we are teaching about the human science and the human body. And we have models that we use to teach. And these models, we brought them in from South Africa. And we also use that to also help children also develop their aspirations, because every time we have exams coming out, all our top students want to go into medicine. I think without exception, every time you have results coming out, you hear all the top students want to get to this. So this helps our learners also understand this is what you deal with. And it's nice. Then we have, of course, now we have the Manyata, the Osingira. So we are developing now that as an area for culture, because we also want to align ourselves now with the current system of education, CBC. So we want to domicile African artifacts in that space, home science in that space. So it's a big area. Then you have the maze, it's a big area. Then you're lucky we also border the forest. So we also do ecology walks, so that in natural science, we learn it now. Art science, we learn it inside the forest.
This science park introduces children to various sciences and technologically based careers, and therefore helps shape and inspire future careers in the sciences.
We are also able to interact with the science corner, about where children are able to see the real blood circulatory system and the digestive system happening from the start to the last stage. We are able also to, when we go to the museum, we could be able to see step by step how science and technology has evolved since time. Children are able to see ancient ways of communication. They could be able to see how a long time ago people used to use fax to communicate, up to the stage they are using a booth to communicate, until now they have a smartphone. So different ways of communication, things that were used earlier, now they are there, children are able to interact with them.
So we only do a school a day, because they're still as a learning area. You don't want a place where you come and find 10 schools here at one time. And but ordinarily, I think the largest number of students we have had is 450 in a single day. That was big, but we have the capacity to deal with that. And when people come here, they pay. There's a cover charge at the gate. Because then that's how we are able to run the space.
On this day, these children from Makini School learned how to make the Maasai home called the Manyata.
So I think one of the beauty about this project is that it has brought everybody involved. The local community from here, the Maasai ladies who are doing the Manyata, they have enriched, they have a chance just to come and use their skills to help us teach and develop the space. The local community, they come here to teach weaving and basketry. At times when their families are coming in, we also give them a space where they come and sell their product. Now it's very dry. Ordinarily, when there are things in the garden, we give them a space where they can come and sell their eggs and their milk. It's beautiful.
And from here, we're also going to the other corner to see the Maasai Manyatas, and we build one. Children will have an experience to try and build one as we guide them.
This spot captures and demonstrates the advancements in technology over the last 100 years by exhibiting items that show technological transfers over a period of time. The sessions here bring to life the lessons that children learn in class through practical demonstrations.
This is Apollo Science Museum. I'm majorly at this section. I take kids through this whole place. It's a very nice archive for kids. So in this museum, this place, we grow thinkers, and as you will see and as you can see, we raise innovators in this place.
Hi, my name is Ethan, and I've learned about a disease called germinase. It's when the skin becomes yellow, or if it's completely yellow, or it affects the eyes.
Wow, that's wonderful. And here at the science park, at this museum, what have you learned?
I've learned about something called an incubator, and the calculator, the computers.
My name is Vitis. I have learned about the Museum of Science. The thing I love about the Museum of Science is the buildings. Before you build a building, you must always make a small figure of it. For example, like over there are small buildings that were made before building the buildings. I've also learned about the first telephones. I've also learned about the TVs. The first TV to be made was in 1927. Then the second TV to be made was in 1929.
In this place, we have one specific thing that I've noticed. It amazes the students. So one of it is this television behind me. So that TV, there's a fun fact about it that it would run for roughly 30 to 45 minutes, and the owner would have to switch it off to give it time to cool, because it used something we call valve technology. So when a kid hears that, they will watch a TV for 45 minutes maximum and have to leave it for a whole hour. That would blow their minds, and it was very interesting for them. Something else, we have a Morse code telegraph. And with that specific telegram, when you tell a child or a student that it was one of the ways that back then during World War II, it was a mode of communication that was used back then, it also blows their mind. And you just see them appreciating technology and just wowing in how things were back in the days. Yes. I myself, it has been a learning space for me, because I also need to understand everything that is inside here so that I share the knowledge to the kids. So for me as an individual, it has been a good place, the learning process for me, and now having to share what I have learned.
Oh, you remember the gears, they're the ones that are causing the standing mechanism.
The gears over there.
And do you remember this part?
The recall.
Yes, the recall. What have you learned about this?
I've learned that this is an incubator. It's an old incubator, but it's definitely not older than those ones. This incubator is used to keep children inside. Yeah, and the children are kept inside and preserved so that they can, when it reaches their time to get out of the hospital, their mom just comes and takes the child.
And what's this for?
I think this is for adding lights, or lighting the incubator to make it bright when it gets at night.
And this one?
Oh, that one, I think they add water, and the oxygen that comes in from the pipe is so that the child can't breathe in cold air. The child breathes in moist air that has warm water, and the oxygen the child can breathe.
Growing to see everything that is in this place, and as I've grown and realizing that the generation that we have currently, they have actually never seen almost every single thing that we have in this museum. It really gives me a sense of just a fulfillment in explaining and teaching them everything that I myself have perhaps used, or others that were there perhaps in the 70s, the 80s, and now flash forward to the 20s, and having to explain this to the students, and at times when their teachers or some adults come in, and they actually get that refreshment of seeing what they were using back in the days. It brings a source of a sense of excitement to them. One very nice.
To date, David Kimani is still collecting treasures for this science park.
So this is one of we are still collecting items. This is actually our latest collection. Is a 1963 gramophone. So we are still getting items and archiving. Then watu wa Nairobi, hii ilikuwa inapima nyama na unga. Nimeipata Zanzibar juzi. So I got it actually in a shop. Somebody was selling, was weighing unga with it. And I just asked him whether I can kindly give it to me so that I can come and put it. And I showed him the photos of what I have. He told me, take it. It's a 1937.
It brings out the wow factor to both the students, the adults, and even to me and all the people that work around in this place. You can call it a hotspot for every single type of person. It doesn't matter the age or the place where you come from.
Apollo Science Park gives an experience of the most spectacular interactive science and technology gallery in Africa, hence the name.
Man landing on the moon, to me, was a major human achievement. And the vehicle that took them, the first man to the moon, was Apollo 11. That's the vehicle that took them there. So that is where you get the inspiration from, because we believe human beings, if we aspire for great things, we have the capacity to do it. And that was big. So we're looking forward to the next mission to the moon, the next human mission to the moon. It's taken some bit of time, but we're hoping, I think that will owe the world again. So what we hope and what we aspire to do, children come here. We just want to inspire that seed of intellectual confidence that when you are here, when you live here, then anything that you see here you can actually create and even make it better. So we give the parents an opportunity to come and also teach and learn with their children. It is something that doesn't happen often, but you have an opportunity here when you come to Apollo, that as a parent, you can actually teach your children and you can learn together. It's an excellent opportunity for people.
So this one gives children the motivation when they go to the aircraft that is grounded there and direct to it. They feel motivated to want to explore the heavenly bodies and to know what the other part of the world holds. So this is quite motivating to the children to be here, and it will give them a new dimension of thinking about their career projection.
And this makes it the best place for families to come. It is interactive, it is serene, it's quiet, it's beautiful, and it is rich in every aspect. So this makes Apollo a hotspot, really hot.